guys, how you guys doing? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tinu and I'm back with another video. Before I go ahead and continue this video, if you're seeing me for the first time and you don't know who I am, my name is Tinu. I'm a lover of fragrance, beauty, and lifestyle. If that's the type of content that you do like, please consider subscribing to this channel. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you guys so much for your continued support. Thank you guys so much for all the likes, the loves, the emojis. I really appreciate you guys. When I think of fall, I think of lots of gourmands. I think of spicy fragrances. I think of ambery fragrances. I think of oudy fragrances. That's what reminds me of fall and winter. So I wanted to do a spicy category video because the last video I did was on cherry fragrances, and I'm an avid lover of spicy fragrances. It could be spicy ambery, spicy vanilla, spicy floral. I love spicy fragrances in general, and it could be fresh spicy, warm spicy, anything that's spicy, it's up my alley. So if that's the type of content that interests you, then please keep on watching. And if you're already liking this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Let YouTube know that you love my content, and let's get started. In no particular order, I'm just picking out a fragrance. This is not order of the best to the worst. It's basically all these spicy fragrances that I'm loving currently right now that I recommend for the fall season. The first fragrance I'm going to talk about is a celebrity fragrance. It's a cheapie but a goodie. This is Sarah Jessica Parker's Stash. You guys might say that this is discontinued. It's still available. I have been seeing it on Jomo Shop. I've seen it on FragranceNet. I've seen it on fragrancebuy.ca. And yeah, you can get this fragrance. It is a very great cheapie to add. This is a spice bomb heaven. And it's also a little bit sweet as well. It has a little bit of sweetness to it that kind of makes it a very different fragrance. It has a note of pepper. If you're into that, you will love this. And it's a little bit mysterious and sexy at the same time. I find this hard to believe that this is a celebrity fragrance because celebrity fragrances for me are just boring to the house. And this one is very non-boring, very unique, very sexy. Like I said, very alluring. I mean, it's just out of this world. And let me tell you guys about the projection. The projection is beast mode. When you wear this, just be careful not to overspray it too much because you will fill the room. People will like follow your central and they will be wondering what you're wearing. Like, longevity wise, I feel like this lasts at least 12 hours on skin. For me, it might be different for you, but on me, it's 12 hours. On clothes, it's forever till you wash your clothes. This is a really great fragrance for the price that you're getting it. I think I got this on fragrancebuy.ca for about 35 to 40 bucks. It was really cheap, and I didn't know that it was gonna be this good of a fragrance. I have been burnt by celebrity fragrances, and this one just turned out to be a stunner. So I do recommend it. If you're interested, I will link it down below. It's amazing, and you should have this in your collection. My fragrance of the day happens to be Lolita Liam. This is actually part of my spicy fragrances that I'm talking about. So I just wanted to let you guys know. Please drop your fragrance of the day because I really want to know what you're rocking, of course, for the fall season. Let me know some of your spicy fragrance recommendations or what you've been liking so far for the fall season. This is my fragrance of the day, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about Lolita Liam. So Lolita Liam, if you guys do not know, is a dupe to Gris Chanel by BDK Perfumes. This is a fig fragrance and it's slightly masculine. If you're not into that, you probably won't like it, but it's a very beautiful rendition of the OG fragrance. I love this one so much. I don't have Gris Chanel, and I think I'm good enough in the Gris Chanel department. I already own 5 BDK perfumes, so I'm like, do I need Gris Chanel? I don't think I need it. This is well enough, and this will tide me over. This has also great longevity, I believe 8 hours on skin. It gives me a beautiful, fresh, spicy fig that's slightly sweet yet woody at the same time. I love this one because you could kind of wear it year round in my opinion. I feel like it's not just a winter fall fragrance. I've worn this in spring and it actually bloomed really well. It's just a beautiful fragrance. My husband actually loves this a lot because he likes that he could wear it as well and I could wear it. So this is like a unisex 50-50 type of fragrance and I really recommend it if you're looking for a Gris Chanel dupe and you don't want to shell out the coin. I know the extrait is out. I actually sampled it and in my opinion I feel like Liam Gray is more feminine and the extrait is more masculine. So I kind of decided not to get the extrait and skip it. I felt like the cardamom or some note in there was just too much. And this was just right for me. And I really adore this fragrance. Again, this is Lattafa's Liam. Switching gears, we're going to be talking about a fragrance that I absolutely adore. It doesn't look like I adore it as much because there's not really a dent, because the fragrance itself, it's super uber beast mode and you really don't want to spray too much of this because you will choke yourself out. And I learned the hard way, so I just learned not to pull more than 4 sprays of this because it's really strong. This is Unui Nomad Summa Oriental. This is a beast. When I say a beast mode fragrance. Now this fragrance opens up with a cacao pod and then you get booziness with that rum note. And there is a cypriol oil. A lot of people don't get along with it because they feel like it's overly, sometimes has a little menthol vibe to it, or it has kind of a woody touch, but it actually is well blended in this fragrance. If you can get past it, it's really not that bad. It only lasts for 5 minutes and then you get into the patchouli. The patchouli here is not a dirty, gritty patchouli. It's more of a mild patchouli, and then the goodness happens with the tonka bean and the sandalwood. This is a beautiful fragrance. I mean, it's just fall and winter personified. If you're looking for a fall fragrance that will perform, Summa Oriental got you covered. Like literally, it's just that good. There is something really sweet about this, and I'm feeling that it's from the cacao pod. Of course, it's a little powdery as well. It's just a standout fragrance for me. I feel like this will be great to layer with something else, also on its own. I've tried to layer this with Angel Share and it was amazing. So I love this one. It's an amazing fragrance, and for the price, this is not really a super expensive niche fragrance. It's like in the 150s, the 160s for a full bottle, and it's a really great quality fragrance. It's really that good. Again, I recommend this if you're looking for something very uber spicy and boozy and chocolatey at the same time. Now, this fragrance, I feel like it's still available. It's still here, it's still around, and I'm telling you, when you smell this fragrance, you are going to get your life. This is from Kenzo. This is L'Elephant. Now, this fragrance is still being sold. Don't think that it's something you can't find, because you can find this for a great affordable price. I believe when I got mine, I paid under 50 bucks. And it's really amazing. It has a bunch of spice notes in here. When you hit the spice notes, you are going to be amazed at how good this fragrance smells. You're going to be scared at first. You're going to think that this is going to be too much. It's going to be overwhelming. But when you smell the scent, you are going to be intrigued. Now, this fragrance opens up with that cumin note and some clove. And you get some bursts of that mandarin orange, and you get some fruitiness with the mango. There are too many spices in here. That cardamom kind of is in the background, but it's there, but it's not crazy. And you get this beautiful sweetness from the licorice note that's in here. When this starts to dry down, that's where the magic happens with the ylang ylang and the heliotrope. And this is just a beautiful spicy vanilla. My sister and I, we love this fragrance. And she kind of put me on it many years back. She got a bottle, I got a bottle. We fell in love with this fragrance. This fragrance is also a beautiful, powdery, bomb spicy vanilla. That's what I would call it. It's just so intoxicating. When you smell this and you look at the notes, you're gonna be like, oh my God, this is gonna be horrible. I'm telling you, this fragrance is super strong, will last a freaking whole day, a freaking whole work day, and it will give you compliments. People will smell this and will think, what is going on here? They find this fragrance very unique. They find it very becoming of a woman that is sexy. I love spicy fragrances. This is just something I love. If you're not into spicy fragrances, you will not understand what I'm talking about. So I really enjoy this, and I recommend it if you are into the note structure of cardamom, cumin, and cloves and caraway seeds. If you love all that in a bottle, then get your hands on this. You will not be disappointed. You will come and thank me later. Now, another fragrance I'm going to talk about is a Middle Eastern fragrance. This is from the Amir line of Paris Corner. This is called Oud Pater. Now, this, from what I'm getting, is a dupe to Italica. Italica is actually right here. It's a dupe to this fragrance. And I can tell you for certain that's a 95% dupe. So if you can't afford Italica and you want something more on the affordable side, this fragrance will get you covered. This is a very beautiful cardamom, saffron, a little bit notes of apple, and some rose. It's amazing that all these notes can give you Italica, and I don't think they were actually going that direction. I think they were trying to create their own fragrance, and it just happened to fall into the lines of this Casamorati fragrance. Even though the notes that you get are not gourmand, you do get some of a gourmand feel. You do get something of a spicy, orangey, sweet vanilla. I'm just telling you, this is so good. It has macerated a lot because I got this during the summer months. I feel like you're getting the true nature of this fragrance. It is just a beautiful, very intoxicating kind of fragrance, and you just want to keep sniffing all day long. This one is just a compliment magnet. Like, everyone that I've worn this around has always been giving me compliments. They're like, you smell good. Whatever you have on smells good, literally. And it actually will leave a great scent trail. If you walk down the hallway or walk close to people will be able to perceive your aroma. So with this one, I do spray heavily on it. I don't spray like 4 sprays. It's not super long lasting, so that's why. When I spray a lot, I do get like at least 7 to 8 hours on longevity on the skin. On clothes, I really don't test my clothes too much, but I feel like it will last longer on clothes. I recommend this because it's just that good. And I didn't think it was gonna be good before, but I'm glad I got my hands on it, and I can attest to the fact that it's a really phenomenal fragrance and a phenomenal dupe to Italica. The next fragrance, oh my God, just recently entered my collection, and I had to mention this fragrance because let me tell you, this is a fabulous spicy vanilla. This one is just out of this world. This is the Zerof, I think the Spotlight collection. This is called Starlight. Now, Starlight is just a freak of nature of its own. It is a fragrance that's not super beat smooth, but will last on skin for quite a bit. With this fragrance, it opens up with that cardamom and bergamot. The bergamot is such a game player to spicy fragrances. And then you do get that cinnamon and that almond. The almond note in here, ooh, what really makes this fragrance beautiful? It's just like a spicy almond with some woodiness that comes through with that cedar. This is just phenomenal. When I say phenomenal, it's A++++. It's that girl, that it girl kind of fragrance. This one is just very unique. I have nothing in my collection that is replicating this. There is nothing that I think can dupe this really well. It's just a very unique, sexy, vanilla, spicy fragrance. I love it, and I feel like this is another addition, and it won't be redundant to have this because it doesn't smell like typical fragrances. Again, this is from Zerof, and this is called Starlight. Another fragrance that I absolutely adore is from Lolita Limpa. This is Lolita Limpa, the name of the fragrance. This is a very beautiful star anise licorice cherry fragrance. I feel like this should have been added to my cherries collection, but I kind of did not want to add it because it's a little more on the spicy side of cherry, but notwithstanding it is a cherry fragrance. The praline note in here is what gives this fragrance its sweetness, and you do get that cherry note. I get the cherry note prominently. This also has iris in there, so it's a super spicy, powdery, vanilla sort of cherry fragrance. Oh my God, this is good. I can't stop sniffing. This, I feel like, is the old formulation. They do have a new bottle. I think their fragrances are vegan now or clean. They changed the bottles, so I still own the old bottle. I can't tell you if the longevity is the same with the new fragrance, but I can tell you that the smell, from what I've seen in reviews, haven't changed. It's a very uber feminine fragrance. It's like a girly fragrance. When I say girly fufu la la, it's for like the young girls, but this is girly grown up kind of fragrance. So it's very sweet, very girly, but it's more of an elevated, grown up, girly type of fragrance. I really absolutely enjoy this. This one for me lasts a good 7 to 8 hours. It's not an uber beast mode fragrance, but it's just a very delicate, angelic, powdery, licorice, you know, spicy fragrance. I love this one, and I feel like this also should be included as one of the best spicy fragrances I've came across, and I love it. You guys probably know about this fragrance. This is from Killian. This is Angel Share. This is the most boozy, intoxicating cinnamon bomb fragrance I've ever come across. This has gotten even more stronger, even now that it's sat over the, you know, spring and summer months. This is just a candied almond, boozy, cinnamon bomb vanilla fragrance. This has boozy notes of cognac. You do get a lot of cinnamon, and then you do get some tonka bean there. Then when it starts to dry down, you do start to get that vanilla. I do get the Hideon note prominently in here. It smells just like the Hideon note in Narcotic Delight by Initial Perfume. And then when it starts to dry down, you do get the praline and the sandalwood. Now this fragrance is just beast mode to the core. It is a great projector. It's great in longevity. It will leave a sillage to everyone. Everyone will smell you and they will follow your scent trail because you're going to smell addictive. People are going to want to follow you like they're in a trance. I'm telling you, this is what I get. People literally just are like, who smells like this? And they're like following my scent trail, and until they finally get to me and they're like, oh my God, you smell so good. I love this one. I feel like it's a great fragrance for the upcoming holiday. I love to pull this out during Christmas, during Thanksgiving. It just represents holiday vibes for me, and I love it, and I can't recommend this enough. Again, this is Killian's Angel Share. I cannot speak of Killian's Angel Share and not talk about Camera by Lattafa. Now, this supposedly is supposed to dupe Angel Share, but for me, I feel like there is a little bit of differences between the two. Like, for instance, this has a dates note. It's very prominent, and I feel that that's what sets this apart from Angel Share. It feels like it could be Angel Share's cousin. This one for me is like more of like an 80% dupe. Now, I like this one as well. Look at it. You can see the dents. Look at the dents. The dent is definitely denting. I do love this fragrance, and also it's super long lasting as well, just like Angel Share. So when I wear this one, people do compliment me. They do like the cinnamon. Oh, this one too. It's just addictive. Love, 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 love this fragrance. You guys can tell that I love cinnamon a lot. I love cinnamon in my fragrance. It just kind of makes this fragrance smell sexy, in my opinion. I feel like it does something to a fragrance. It makes it stand out. It makes you smell really good. So I'm addicted to cinnamon. It's one of my favorite notes. If people want Angel Share and they're looking for the closest dupe, I will point them to Camera. and they literally are thanking me when they smell this because it's just very, very similar and it's a fraction of the price. The next fragrance I'm going to be talking about is from the House of Oud. This is called Ruby Red. Now this is for my fragrance lovers that love ginger. If you're a ginger fan, you're going to like this fragrance. It has 3 different types of ginger in each olfactory journey, and at the bottom you do get that candy ginger note, and there is some tangerine in here and some ylang ylang. Ylang ylang in a way kind of makes things a little bit powdery and soft, ethereal at the same time. The vanilla in here is doing the most. It's just a beautiful, sexy, spicy fragrance. It's a little more on the fresh side when it comes to being spicy, but I love it. I feel like this kind of fragrance is more suited for year round. I feel like it will perform in every season, and it will just make you smell like a ginger cake, almost like a gingerbread cookie. That's what I get from this fragrance. This one, longevity wise, it's not super duper long lasting, but I will say it lasts for at least 6 hours on the skin. But I don't mind reapplying this because the scent that comes out of this is so addictive, so sexy. I love it, and I can't recommend this enough if you're looking for something along the lines of fresh spicy that is of a ginger note. Definitely get your hands on this. It's amazing and it's great quality. Again, this is the House of Oud's Ruby Red. Now the next fragrance is gonna be a Middle Eastern fragrance. This is from our Haramain. This is Janun UD. Now this fragrance is supposed to be a dupe to Sospiro's Bravado. I have sampled that fragrance, and this is a 1-to-1 dupe. This fragrance is just beautiful, like sexy. It is more unisex, so I feel like a man will enjoy this as a woman. It opens up with that grapefruit note. It is a little woody. It does have some powdery tendencies to it. I believe there might be a musk in here. There is something like a patchouli in here. Oh, this one is just a very great, beautiful fragrance. And the notes that you get on here do not even make sense to the smell that you get from this fragrance. So I feel like this is a very fresh, spicy fragrance, a little woody on the side. It does have that Palosandia rosewood in there, so it kind of gives it a very woody touch with that grapefruit. The grapefruit for me smells like saffron. It's a little spicy. This will last forever on skin. It's super strong, not strong where it's like gonna kill somebody, but you can easily bait on this and nobody will die from your fragrance. So if you're looking for a fresh, fruity, spicy fragrance, I will recommend this to you. Now the last fragrance I'm going to be adding is from Manera. This is Tonka Cola. Now this is one of the best fragrances I've ever tried from Manera. This is a cherry Coca-Cola fragrance for me. It has top notes of cinnamon, cherry, and Italian lemon. When you get to the mid, you do get that fizziness from the Coca-Cola notes. This one is just literally on the nose. It reminds me of having a Coke Zero, a cherry Coke Zero. I don't even know if the Coke Zero might have cinnamon, but it smells legit. Have you ever tried that cherry Coke before? Just take a whiff of it and smell it. That's what this fragrance smells like. And then you add notes of cinnamon in there and vanilla. Oh, this is just absolutely divine. And it's beast mode, so be careful with this fragrance, but it's a fun fragrance to have. It's one of those fragrances that I feel like when somebody smells this on you, it will bring memories to them. I just can't stop sniffing. This is just a beautiful fragrance. Sometimes if I'm not even wearing the fragrance, I literally come there just to sniff it. So I really enjoy it, and I feel like if you're looking for a fragrance that's fun, that's girly, that smells like Coca-Cola cherry. You will like this one. You will like it and you'll thank me later. Now that completes this video. If you guys enjoyed this video where I talked about all my spicy fragrances that I recommend for fall, then please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Let YouTube know that you love my content. And if you're new to this channel and you watch this video to the end, what are you waiting for? The subscribe button is down below. It's waiting for you to click it. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you guys so much for watching this video to the end. And leave me a comment of your fragrance of the day. Let me know what you're smelling like. And if you got to the end of this video, please leave me a spicy note kind of emoji. Thank you guys so much again for your support towards this channel. Your likes, your comments are appreciated. I love you guys. You guys are like family to me in my YouTube family. Apart from my actual family, you guys are just amazing. And I really want to thank you so much for your love and support. I love you guys, and I will see you yet in another video. Bye.